Hello, welcome back. We're going to talk about the Yellow Dog Updater client. Let me explain that concept to you. The Yellow Dog Updater client, commonly known as YUM, is the one that we're going to talk about. This is extremely useful client for updating your RPM software because it resolves the most important thing, the dependencies. So let us first understand what exactly this architecture of Yellow Dog Updater is, and then we'll go into it. Let us say you have one machine on the network, another machine on the network, third machine on the network. So you have quite a few machines which are on the network right now. Now this machine is going to have some software installed. The second machine is also going to have some software installed, and the third machine will also have some software installed. So all these are like three different machines. All these are Linux machines. So now you are going to require some kind of a need to install specific software on either of them whenever required. So how is this done in any organization? So let us now see that. So the way it is done is you have another server called as a YUM server. This Yellow Dog Updater is the YUM server, and on this server there is either a HTTP service or a FTP service is running. So let me again write that down. This is either an HTTP service or either an FTP service is running. Obviously, if you know some or if you have some background on the networking side, you know that the HTTP service runs on port number 80 and FTP service runs on port number 21. So it is always a good idea to know these things. As far as your RHCSA certification is concerned, it is an important information because you may need to open the firewall for these specific ports if required. So 80 is the port for HTTP and 21 is the port for FTP. So either of these are running on this server machine. Now another thing that we have on this server machine is let us say certain directory, and that directory I'm gonna have a little different number, little different color for this directory here, and this directory contains all the RPM packages for any of these machines, any of these three machines that will be required. And not just the RPM packages are here in this directory, but also the dependencies of all those RPM packages are resolved. It means if package A is dependent on package B and package B is dependent on C, all those dependencies are recorded here in what is called as a YUM repository. So that repository is actually one big file which is sitting over here, and all the RPM packages are also sitting over here. Now the next thing is this client is going to connect either to an HTTP server or to an FTP server, and it is going to request that please send me some of the RPM packages. So this is the server, this is the client, and all those things can be done from various clients also. This client can also go to an FTP server if required, or it can go to an HTTP server depending on what has been configured, and it is going to tell them please send me a package. So the FTP server or the HTTP server will go in this repository, and from this repository it will pull that package, and not just the package, it will understand what are the dependencies of that package. So if I want to install package A, it will pull package A as well as package B as well as package C, because A requires B and B requires C, and all those packages will be now sent to this server, to this client here, and then this client will install that on its machine. All this is done automatically with a simple command called as YUM, Y-U-M, Yellow Dog Updater Modifier. So this is the architecture. Let me summarize this thing. The clients will require the RPM packages to be installed. These RPM packages are sitting on the server here on the right hand side, and the FTP server or the HTTP server, either of them, not both of them, either of them will help the client to get the RPM package and send it to it, and then the client will actually install it over there. So this is the RPM package, this is the architecture of the YUM, and the RPM packages are installed using that. So the greatest thing about Yum is resolving the dependencies. That is number one. And another greatest thing about Yum is to have a central repository of all RPM packages at one place in your organization, so you don't have to run around with the CDs and the DVDs in your hand. So this is what Yum is. Now we're going to see how to configure the Yum client. Only on these machines there is one simple configuration file that you will have to configure, so that it will know where exactly the Yum repository is in your organization, and it can pull the information from that. So our goal for the RHCSA certification exam is to understand how to actually set up the Yum client side. Setting up the Yum server side is also another discussion, but that is out of scope right now, and therefore we will focus only on the Yum client configuration. So in our next video we will see how to set that up. I will see you in the next video.